Well, it was a heartbreaker against West Virginia, but it was one of the very few times I've witnessed a Texas loss and still been glad I was there afterwards. Our narrative starts on the defensive side of the ball this week. From a strategic level, the defensive game plan against West Virginia was about taking them out of their core competency, the drop-back passing attack. Diaz gave his coverage schematic priority by playing two deep safeties and trying to keep the passing game between the hashes and the sidelines, and forcing West Virginia to pass between very tight windows of coverage. In the front, we generally had one defender for every blocker, and we played an aggressive, penetrating game plan, which meant that on most running plays we were down a gap and had to rely on our defensive backs to clean up the play. But unlike previous game plans, this week our undermanned front was by design. This put a lot of onus on the defensive line to win battles against the run, and we were up and down in that regard. West Virginia utilized the outside zone lead play throughout the game. At times we demonstrated great technique against the outside zone blocking, pushing the blockers into the backfield and taking away angles from the run. But just as often we fell into the trap of playing down the line of scrimmage with the blocking, allowing the running back to find the open gap for big gains. We asked our defensive line to climb a mountain with this game plan, and they were only partly up to the task. This is a much better defensive performance than we put on film in Stillwater. That said, there were still a few mistakes that you hate to see on replay. Here, you can see Cobbs fail to work in conjunction with his teammates' leverage, giving Geno Smith an easy outlet when we had him dead to rights in the backfield. And on this play, you can see another example of an overloaded gap, giving the running back a huge advantage. This is an aggressive call, but it's especially risky because the linebackers reveal it before the snap. Finally, here you can see Phillips allowing Stedman Bailey to cross his face for the touchdown catch. Credit West Virginia, but giving up inside leverage and that coverage works to undo the entire intent of the game plan for the defense. I want to make one more point on defense. I'm not usually one for sour grapes, and I do think that West Virginia played a great game on the road. But in reviewing the film, I was frustrated by one repeated theme, particularly in the first half. West Virginia had 3 fourth-down attempts in the first half. On every single conversion, there was an obvious hold. Not holding on the edge of the play, but holding at the heart of the play that directly affected the outcome. And that's a shame in such a tight ball game. Alright, so on to the offensive side of the ball. One of the themes of this game was that the Longhorns were not able to run the ball with enough consistency. Looking back, I thought there were 2 contributing factors. First, while I thought that for the most part we were convincingly winning the physical battle at the line, we missed some key blocks that killed good opportunities. This is a critical theme this week against OU, where I believe, like West Virginia, they rely more on athleticism on the front than leverage and strength. Our blockers must play under control and win the position battle first. The other mitigating factor against the Mountaineers was that our backs left some opportunities on the field. Dejae Johnson misses a golden opportunity to gash the defense through the B-cap on this inside zone play, where he's looking to take the ball outside from the start. And here, Jonathan Gray ends up taking the inside zone play into no man's land. He's got to be looking from the front side B-gap toward the back side. The leverage of the blocking is not designed for a bounce to the play side. On this power blocking, Gray misses the beautiful running lane that was there for him if he rode the inside hip of his pulling guard. And you can see the same thing happen here. If he's a little bit more patient and stays inside the guard, great things will happen for him in the Wildcat. But despite some of those missed opportunities, this game really came down to our red zone trip with no points in the fourth quarter. I've seen a lot of people question Harsin's play calling on that series, and watching live I felt the same way. But after watching our red zone series in the third quarter, I realized that I was frustrated about the outcome, not the play calling. Now, the most interesting thing to me about the West Virginia game is that a very clear pattern has emerged for the Texas offense. 11 and 12 personnel, and the blurring between the two continues to be the most explosive part of our offense, and it's where we have the easiest time creating leverage against the defense. Against West Virginia, we used a 3-wide alignment to create primary leverage that gave us a lot of success. Here you can see the Longhorns use motion against zone defense to push the corner wide and leave the front with an unsound edge alignment. Harsin goes back to the same well on the next drive. This time, the corner stays at home. Still, if Daniel rides this block down the line like he should, the play is wide open. Here we see Harsin forcing the two levels of zone coverage to cover three different route depths. No matter which two they choose, Ash would have a wide open receiver to dump the ball to. The other passing concept in this passage that we have seen work repeatedly is the ability to overload one half of the defense with three vertical threats. Here we're in 12 personnel, and Daniels motions across the formation to create three vertical threats to the field. I believe the effectiveness of the passing game from those personnel packages also opens up opportunities for the screen and draw game that should make them the heart of our game plan against OU. Till next time, I'm Scott, and I hope you've enjoyed.